Welcome back to our Apache Kafka with the Spring Boot series, and in this one we'll build a Kafka producer that can send messages to a Kafka topic using Spring Boot. Remember our demo we're using Spring Boot? So we'll configure Kafka properties, we'll create a Kafka template and expose a REST API for sending messages. So let's get started. So first, let's configure Kafka properties in our application.properties. So in our application.properties, we need to configure Kafka broker. So we can have Kafka broker address here, and here it's Spring. Let me zoom this in completely. Plain of Kafka dot bootstrap servers localhost 9094. Then we have Kafka Producer configuration. Here we have spring.kafka.producer.key serializer .kafka.com .serialization .string serializer. Then we have spring.kafka.producer value serializer. Serialization string serializer. So here we specify our Kafka broker running on localhost 9094 and define key and value. This is value, not value. Key and value serializer, so Kafka knows how to handle messages. So next we'll create a Kafka producer configuration class to define our Kafka template, which we'll use to send messages. So over here I'll create a package. This package I'll call it config, and then under configuration let me create a class and I'll call it Kafka Producer config. So here we'll have annotation for configuration so that it can be scanned by the Spring Boot. Then here you have a bin. Here is where we create our producer factory, and takes a key value and it's a string, and can call it producer factory. Then no parameters. Then here we have a map. Again, it's a key value string. Then you can take an object. Then we can call it config props. Then it's a new hash map. So then config props, but put here we have producer config dot bootstrap servers. So here we have a localhost 9094. Then we have config that then put producer config dot key serializer class config. This will use string serializer dot class. Then we have config.props, put produce config dot value value serializer config class. So again, this will be using string serializer dot class. Then once we are done, that's it. We have to return a new default Kafka Producer factory, and it will be taking config props. And then once we're done there, we can create a bin, and this bin is a Kafka template. Kafka template takes a key value string and Kafka template, and return Kafka template producer factory. Yeah. So this class defines our producer factory, which configures the Kafka producer and the Kafka template, which we use to send messages. So what else we need to do is to create a Kafka producer service. So we'll head here in the project directory and create a package, and they call this package as a service. So in service we create a file called Kafka producer. So again, this one will be annotated with a service annotation, and yeah, so that it can be scanned. Private final Kafka producer service. Take a Kafka template. Kafka template. Whatever we're doing here, we are initializing. So this dot then click another for sending a message. I will take two parameters, topic and the message. So topic is a topic you want to send our message to, and then the Kafka template will do the sending thing. So send a big message. Our Kafka producer service takes in topic and a message and sends it to Kafka using the Kafka template. So now let's expose a REST API that accepts messages and sends them to Kafka. Well, let's do that in the next video. Okay, thank you.